What is up, folks? Welcome in. This is JE Live, and we're back for another Q&A, which is pretty much what JE Live is at the moment. Welcome. It's been a lot of fun. Hello there. I saw the comment that Alex made. Yeah, I gotta say, without spoiling anything on Kenobi, that was such a banger of a finale. Gotta give credit where credit's due. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed watching that. I enjoyed watching Miss Marvel as well. The Boys comes out. I think The Boys is already out, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, it's not out. It comes out Thursday. Normally Thursday nights. Supposed to be Friday, but I guess we're just doing Thursday. So, yeah. A lot of stuff going on in TV. I did not think here in 2022 we would be talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader again. But here we are, and I'm totally digging it. Let's see. Where is my pop-out chat? There we go. All right, let's get to business here. What's up, Jake? You think this Kyrie to the Lakers is legit or smokescreen? Well, apparently, this is not working, so let's try this again. Gotta get the overlay going, you know? Alright, let's try this now. There we go. So the Lakers and Kyrie Irving, sadly, I think it's legit. I don't think it's smokescreen. I'm upset about it. I don't want it to happen. I don't like Kyrie Irving, for those of you who know. I just don't. I think he's a locker room cancer. I don't know him personally, but just judging for how many teams he's been on and how things have ended, he's got everybody in Boston hating him. He's going to have everyone in Brooklyn hating him. He's everyone in Cleveland hates him. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see him in LA. And on top of that, didn't he have an issue? Like, remember the big deal with wanting to get traded from Cleveland was that he wanted to be the guy? He wanted to stop living in the shadow of LeBron? Like, is he just going to be like, screw it, I guess I'll just live in the shadow of LeBron and Anthony Davis again? Like, I just don't get that. Oh, you guys, you're too nice. Appreciate it. Hello there, never thought 2 words would make me cry. Yes, I did mention that. That was sad. Wow. It was sad, but it was great. I thought really it bridged the gap between, Rogue One and A New Hope, and I'm hoping we get a season 2. We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm hoping we do. What's up, Peter? How's it going? Aw, you guys are too nice. I swear. What's up, Rams fan 08? How we doing? Nolan, how we doing? Who will win the AFC West? Oh boy, you guys put me on the spot right off the rip. I guess I'm gonna stick with what I said the other day. I'm gonna say the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna shock people. I do. If not, I think it'll probably be Kansas City. But actually, geez, this is how it started the last time. I can see the Chargers. I can see Kansas City. I can see pretty much anyone, but I'll go with the Raiders. Kyrie only want to play part-time. That's another thing. Dude literally played part-time. Like, come on. Do you think LeBron will go to Golden State to chase another ring? I don't see that, because I think he realizes how ridiculous that truly is. I can't see him doing that. I think that's where he would draw the line. That's ridiculous. If he were to do something like that, he'd get absolutely flamed for that. That last episode of Obi-Wan was fire. Totally agree. Totally agree. I don't think I've ever seen Obi-Wan that strong. And that's not spoiling anything. I mean, you guys have to watch it, but just, yeah, he was very strong in that. Trade LeBron, they're doomed for the future. Get some young players and picks back to replace the hammers he got rid of. I appreciate that, Steve. What's up with you? Hope all is well. Forgot to put this on the Discord, so I appreciate everyone showing up when they did. That's, really love the participation here from the audience. It's great. Also didn't put it on Twitter either, so you guys are just on the ball, Just damn. Like, really appreciate it again. Let's see here. I'm just getting the link. And let's see here. All right. So the link is there. Reasoning for Raiders over the field in the AFC West. It's more so I could see anyone winning that division, but I'm going to go with a team that I think has stability at quarterback. Obviously, every team seems to have stability at quarterback in this division, but I like where Carr's going. I like that I think he could potentially ascend. Like, Carr's been really good trying to crack that upper echelon. I'm not saying he will, but I think this is his best opportunity in McDaniel's scheme. One thing that needs to be explained is that McDaniel's scheme is very uh, it, it's very complicated, right? So that's something to keep in mind here is that it's a very complicated scheme. We saw when he tried to implement it with the St. Louis Rams, all the injuries that came with it. Um, it's one of those. It's one of those things, man. Like you got to get the hang of it, and if you don't, it could be a problem. So it is going to be tough, but if they get the hang of that and they're able to install that and operate it the right way, then I think you could be looking at something really good there. They go out and they get Ngakoue to go with, Max Crosby, friend of the show. Crosby's been incredible for them. I just really like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with their roster. They got obviously Waller. They got the next Cooper Cup, as they were calling it, Hunter Renfrow, or rather they were saying he is Cooper Cup or better than Cooper Cup, whatever it was. Let's see here. So yeah, that's what I would say about the Raiders. The reason the Raiders over the field. I just now realize that you changed the logo from blue plus yellow to blue plus green and yellow in the back. Don't forget. Yeah, I wanted to be more inclusive on the Jets part, and I feel like you're trying to build a brand and you're trying to cover two different teams. You got to be understanding that maybe it might not attract Jets fans to have a Rams helmet, no green in the background, no green in the logo. It's just Rams colored, so I decided to combine them. And I know some people that unfollowed and unsubscribed when I did that. That's their choice. They'll probably show up when the season starts. But, for those who've stuck with me, understand, I really appreciate it. I do. I'm just, trying to expand this channel. And this channel will be covering all different stuff. But I think mainly it's going to be Rams, Jets. Might have some gaming here and there, as I've said. No, will have some gaming here and there, as I've said. Bringing that back. And I'm going to have some YouTube shorts as well. Because, like that Drake thing the other day that I clipped, I thought it did pretty well. So I'm going to, keep doing stuff like that as well. So the YouTube shorts could be anything. Might not be just Rams or Jets. I will post Rams and Jets highlights. So that'll be fun. But that's pretty much what the plan is as far as the YouTube shorts goes. What do you think about Sue rejoining the team? Good question. I like Ndamukong Suh. I just don't see the money here. Sue is going to want to get paid. I mean, it's a violent sport. He plays a violent position. I can't see him just coming back for pocket change to win a ring. So, I don't think it's a guarantee that he's going to be back. Just because I don't think that they have the money to get him and OBJ. I think OBJ signs with the Rams. But again, we'll see. But I do think he signs with the Rams. LeBron is a mercenary. He's been with the Lakers a decent amount of time, though. Same thing with the Heat and same thing with the Cavs. So I don't know if I would call him. He's not a straight up mercenary. Like a mercenary is somebody that plays like he's on every team. Like Isaiah Thomas, whether he's trying to be or not, is a mercenary by definition. What's up, Darren? Welcome. Shannon, happy birthday, Kurt Warner. Yes, happy birthday, Kurt Warner. I don't want to bring down the vibes because normally we keep it really positive here. But I do have to, I have news, unfortunately, if you guys don't know. A friend of the show, a friend of mine, a guy that I was very happy to meet during the draft process, going to the Senior Bowl, Jalen Ferguson, the pass rusher for the Baltimore Ravens, did pass away today at age 26. We don't yet know the details on it, but it was really upsetting to me. really, really good kid. He's 2 months older than me. And in 2019, I had the privilege of meeting him after we had already done an interview on the channel, on the podcast. Um, but I mean, he's a good dude. And at one point, I think he was the FBS all-time leader in sacks. They called him Sack Master, Sack Daddy. He was really good in college. And it's really unfortunate. And I've been seeing a lot of death recently, and it's kind of made me, really, you got to value the little things in life, man. You got to value your ability to even be on this stream, be able to do what I do, and just do normal things, because life is too short. And it's just really, really sad. I mean, I found out that this happened this morning. This is how I started off my day. I found out not long ago, about, I think it was early last week, a kid that I graduated with passed away. So I'm not trying to dumb down bring down the vibe of the live stream, but I did have to, give that mention, because, Jalen and I were friends. I did keep in contact with him during the draft process and afterwards. I never had him back on again. He was so busy, but just a great guy. And, the Ravens lost him. They lost, Tony Siragusa today. Just, a lot of loss. And, I think at this point, it's just, very important to, just have positive thoughts, send those there, the family's way. And it's just really sad. I'm not going to, dumb it down. I mean, Jalen had a fiance. He had, I believe, 2 kids, loving family, and a lot of, friends and fans. So, just keep him in his family, in your thoughts and prayers. And, that's, I just wanted to bring mention of that. I'm not trying to make anyone, upset. It was, really upsetting to me, because, again, this is somebody I literally, hung out with at the Senior Bowl. We talked for a bit at the Senior Bowl, and we, still kept an open form of communication. You interview 400 plus players, and you're bound to have some players that you establish great connections with. And, he was somebody that I did. And, it's really unfortunate. I just had to make mention of that, because I really do appreciate, Jalen being open to, having that form of communication. And, man, we're just taking a picture here. This is just us being friends. I didn't interview him at the Senior Bowl. We had already done our interview, and, I met him, and we got a picture together. So, yeah, I'm glad we did. It was really nice meeting him, and I hate it for his family, and I'll be thinking about them, throughout this whole year. And I'm hoping, the Ravens dedicate this season to him, and I know they will. But I'm hoping they dedicate this season to him and Tony Siragusa, because man, they lost two good ones today. They really did, and it's really unfortunate. So, again, really, really sad stuff. I'm just I'm lucky that I was able to get to know somebody like that, at least on the surface. That's what I'll say. So, thank you, Jalen, for your friendship, and just everything you brought. And you will be missed, man. So that's my little tribute to my friend Jalen Ferguson, who we interviewed on Downtown Rams back in 2019. So on that note, yeah, and I appreciate you guys, the kind words here. Very very nice. Very nice. On a new note, Jake going for the three-peat. Yes, shout out to my friend Jake Evans. He's kind of pushed me to do this. I've wanted to, but he's kind of giving me the kick in the ass I need. So, that is what that's what I've been doing. Kyrie to Lakers. I hope they do it. I hope they don't, but I respect your opinion. I understand Kyrie has a pretty big fan club, and I'm not gonna hate on that. Nolan, is Logan Bruss bad at finishing blocks? Not sure if you mentioned it in your video, but seems like he doesn't put people on the ground as often as I would like. Might be getting too picky though. No, I don't think you're too picky. One thing I said in my video is that he's not a finisher. So, not really my prototypical guard, but I really did come away liking his tape. He gets the job done. He just doesn't finish the job. Like, that sounds weird, but he does enough. He doesn't go above and beyond. Like, you're probably not going to get an unnecessary roughness call on Logan Bruss. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I really want to see it. Really want to see the new Black Phone movie. It might be something I have to wait until it's on HBO or whatever, but I do want to see it at some point. Yeah, it's true. I hear you. I'm kind of the same way. I think he could have. The injuries really hurt it, man. Injuries really hurt that. They had a chance. You saw no one had an answer for that offense. The quick hurry up offense. The Giants were faking injuries. That was the game Danny Amendola dislocated his elbow and went all downhill from there. I mean, they set the record for injuries, I think. It was ridiculous. I like Miss Marvel so far. I think they've done a nice job with it. Coming in, I was very skeptical. I was like, are they going to, is this going to be worth my time? And before you get any ideas, I like Miss Marvel, the character. I know Miss Marvel was created in the 2010s, but hear me out when I say this. I played the Avengers game, and surprisingly, I like it. I know a lot of people that hate it. I really like the campaign. But I came away really liking Miss Marvel, the character, and so when I first saw it, I was like, they made this kind of like a kid's show, and I'm like, but it's been really good. I mean, it's had its moments like where the first episode was better than Kenobi episode 4, in my opinion. The fifth Kenobi episode was arguably not as good as episode 2. I thought it was really good, but I don't know if it was as good as episode 2 of Miss Marvel. But I think Kenobi, the season finale, episode 6, was better than Miss Marvel episode 3, which is another strong episode. Don't get me wrong, but I think Kenobi finally got the best of Miss Marvel this week for sure. Not that they were competing. I mean, I guess they are, but yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, that's just awesome. Jake, Star Wars, Marvel or DC? I'm going to take Marvel every time, but Star Wars is second, and then DC. It's Spider-Man over everyone for me. So, I really do like Star Wars a lot, but I got to go with Marvel. Yeah, I saw that. I don't think he'll be back. I just don't. Maybe mid-season, late season, whatever, but I just don't see it happening. I think the Jets is going to be where I kind of stop. I don't want to be covering a bunch of different teams. You know what I mean? I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. So I will be right back. There we go. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I won't be doing another team. I think I'm more likely to really start pushing the MCU than taking another football team. And that might be on the other channel, but we'll see. I'm still trying to figure everything out. Yeah, I saw that. Devontae, Tyreek, Russell Wilson, who makes the biggest 2022 impact on their new squad? So I'm going to say Devontae Adams because I think he's going to complement, not just Not just Waller, but he's also going to complement Renfro. I really like Adams with Carr again. So that dynamic. I think I'll go with Adams. I don't think Tyreek is going to make as much of an impact because I think there's a quarterback issue. I think Tua's good or like solid, but I don't think he's going to be able to help him deep down the field. And then Russell Wilson, I think Russell Wilson is really good, but I think Devontae might be what they were missing with the Raiders to get to that next level. And maybe what Carr has been missing. I don't know how they're going to get the money for that, but yeah, that's crazy. Um, Jake Funk, I think, is guaranteed to make the roster because of his special teams prowess. But no, I don't think he's not a power back. He's more of like he's built well. He's a balanced running back, but I just don't think he doesn't have the skill set to be a true running back. I think he's going to be on the roster as mainly a special teamer, in my opinion. If you could go back in the past and change one Rams draft pick, who would it be? Personally, it would be Greg Robinson pick to Khalil Mack. I'm gonna be real with you. I would trade the Greg Robinson pick for Aaron Donald, and here's why. Because I don't want Greg Robinson, right? And if you change anything in history, you're running the risk of potentially altering history. So if you get Khalil Mack, it's not a guarantee that Aaron Donald still makes it to 13, if that makes sense. Odell went at 12. So what I would do is I would take Donald at 2. Okay? Donald's at 2. That changes things. Someone else might fall. Whether it's Odell, whether it's Barr, someone might fall. And that's what I would do. Appreciate that, Darren. Appreciate that as well. Black phone looks so good. Yeah, it looks really creepy, man. Not really. I think, last year was, are you at all concerned with Stafford getting work done on his hand? They ended up winning the Super Bowl. So, no, I'm not concerned with really anything with Stafford. Dude is made out of he's just unlike most humans, I guess. Maybe like a 2-year, $13 million deal with incentives. Something like that. I could see that. Because the Rams play all the first place teams in the NFC. So the Rams would play the Packers, the Bucks. They would play Dallas. Yeah. So that's why. I saw that too. And I'm just praying that it's true. Because you guys know I want Cal Kestis on TV. Just ridiculous amount of wishful thinking. But I really want it to happen. OBJ still fits. I mean, that's the thing. Who's the starting 3? Like, OBJ won't be playing until like October, November, maybe even December. So, I mean, it's going to be Kupp, Robinson, and Van, and then Atwell will be 4th, I think. That's true. That's true. It's not really the edge. What it is it's linebackers getting in position, not taking poor angles, and then on top of it, you have guys that can click and close. So you want corners that have the explosive ability that can just get there, you know what I mean, and make the tackle and hold the tackle, not just like dive. Like being an ankle biter and having to break tackles is not, it's not going to help you. So, you know. Peter, I gotta disagree with you. Van went over 800 yards in his second season, and the whole year his role was kind of muddied. It was like they had Woods, they had Jackson, they had Odell, they had Cup. I mean, Van had a really good year. That is, I don't know. I don't know. Great question, but I have no idea. How is he? The number one player will probably be Tom Brady. I'm assuming Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Probably Aaron Rodgers, I'll say, actually, because he's back-to-back MVP winner. So, guys, make sure to get the thumbs up, get these likes going, tell YouTube that you like this, and then YouTube is going to send other like-minded people here. And hopefully we get new people into the chat, and that's how the community continues to grow. Also, with that being said, just want to point you in the direction. If you like the idea of the community being, 24/7, you want to talk, to people that listen in a community, well, we have a Discord channel. It is right there. I just posted it. You can join I can't even talk. The Discord channel. We are at 432 members, so that's great. Feel free to join in. I always post anytime I drop a video, you'll know it. I post it right in there. Nolan, how we doing? I see you in there. I see you with the whole thing. Van needs to be way more aggressive. He's too finesse, but he's still a baller. Yeah, he needs to be more aggressive for sure. In this Super Bowl, that could have cost him. But, I think he'll learn from that. In year 3, I expect him to have a very similar production as last year. We'll see. But I think it's going to be very similar around the 800-yard mark, maybe a little bit more. But then I think year 4, year 5 down the road, he can really start to emerge into a 1,000-yard receiver. But wouldn't be surprised if he ends up a 1,000-yard receiver this year. I'm just kind of looking more towards the 800 realm. Unexpected player on the Rams that will have a breakout season, maybe make the Pro Bowl. I don't know how unexpected it is, but I'm going to say Nick Scott because I think a lot of people have started to rate him very highly. So I wouldn't say it's entirely unexpected, but I think Nick Scott's a guy that people look at and they're like, oh yeah, late round pick. Like he's a cool story. The guy can ball. He really can ball, and I think there's a chance he could make the Pro Bowl, especially being on a team that just won the Super Bowl, being on the team that won the Super Bowl with him starting. Like, he's got publicity, and so it wouldn't surprise me if Nick Scott made the Pro Bowl. What's the problem with Snyder? He just has no idea what he's doing. He's clueless. You could argue, just a lot of the different things, character, morals, things like that. It's like blurred lines. It's just not a good look, and that's what I would say about that. So hyped for A-Rob. Not sure why he's getting no coverage in the media. Best hands in the league. Top 5 50-50 receiver. Yeah, I don't know why, but there's a lot of people that just aren't talking about him enough, and it is weird to me. Again, not gonna lie, it is weird. I would expect a guy like that to get talked about a little bit more, but he just hasn't. And so I don't know. I don't know what to say, but let's see here. What's the word, JE? Nothing much. Nolan, we were talking a little bit about, without spoiling it, a little bit about Star Wars Kenobi. Pretty awesome finale. We're talking a little bit about Miss Marvel. I don't know if you've checked that out yet. We were also talking about some of the Rams stuff. Just wanted to give, my thoughts to the family of Jalen Ferguson, a friend of mine who passed away today, the 26-year-old for the Baltimore Ravens, as well as Tony Siragusa. It's been a Yeah, I mean it's been a lot that we've talked about, but appreciate you guys showing up in full force. We're over the 50 mark, so love seeing people in here. Just be sure to hit the thumbs up if you do like this video or like this stream. It's going to get more people in here. It's going to tell YouTube that it can basically start recommending people in the algorithm because, well, they like what I'm doing. They think that my goal is to bring new sessions to YouTube, add new people, and if they sense a lot of people are thumbs upping it and watching it for a while, then they're going to sense that I'm doing a good job of that, and then they're going to send more people. Jake, you think Van will be more aggressive with catching the football? I can't get over the fact he stood like a statue in the Super Bowl. You and me both, brother. I think at some point, yes, Van Jefferson is going to get better at that. But, I also am not 100% sure how healthy he really was. But A-Rob will be in commercials by the holidays. I could see that. John Madden retired at 42. He was still young and only won one Super Bowl. Pretty crazy, right? He did. He set the tone when he hit Debo. He was like, hey, you keep running that, we're going to take your head off. I hope so, bro. Looking forward to it. I think 7 players from the Rams will make the Pro Bowl. I would not be surprised. Who better to learn about aggressively going for the ball than A-Rob? Van going to do just fine, if not better than last year, I think. That's very true. Jake, who do you think will be the starting safety pair in 2022? I think it's going to be Nick Scott, and I think it's going to be Jordan Fuller. Burgess is going to get a run for sure. Rapp is going to be used more in the pseudo, but I think they're going to use all 4 of them. I think there's a chance we'll see Quentin Lake. Oh, it looks like Trevino just homered. Yankees up 5-4. Love to see that. Let's see. Rank your favorite Star Wars movies. Okay, so rank them in order. I gotta find my. I'm gonna look up my my list. I did a list over on Twitter, and I'm looking for my list right now. See if I can find it, because I want to make sure I get it in order. If I think off the top of my head, it's not going to be how I really feel. So let's see what we got here, huh? Here we go with the yawning again. Love it. Love it. All right. So we got, those are my horror rankings, my horror movie rankings. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ready for this? It's going to be different. It's going to be different. All right. First one, A New Hope. It's the original. All right. Love the original. I don't know. I think it's the best Star Wars film. Second, Rogue One, because Rogue One is practically perfect as a prequel to going into A New Hope. It literally goes right into it. It's so good. Rogue One is phenomenal. Number 3 is The Empire Strikes Back. It's probably the greatest second movie of a trilogy series ever. I absolutely love it, and a lot of people would say it's better than A New Hope. Number 4 is The Rise of Skywalker. I know everyone hated the movie, but I actually really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And, yeah, I really like The Rise of Skywalker. I really like the whole Ben Solo arc. And I know, again, there's a lot of people that don't like it. My only issue is that they really did Finn dirty because they kind of, flirted with the idea. Oh, yeah, this guy has, he's got, force-sensitive power. Nope, not gonna look at that. So that annoyed me. But aside from that, I really did like The Rise of Skywalker. Solo comes in at 5. I just love with the Crimson Dawn, having Darth Maul at the end. Thought, there were a lot of really good casting choices. I loved Han Solo, like the young Han Solo. I loved Donald Glover. I just thought the movie was really fun, and I was hoping we'd see a second one, but apparently it did really poorly in the box office. I don't know. Number 6, Revenge of the Sith, which honestly could go higher, but I really love this film. I mean, it's sad, and it's coming, but it was a prequel with the full intention of telling a story you already knew how it ended. So it's sad, yes, but I think it really does a perfect job of showing you Order 66. And it's not to say that you can figure out everything with Anakin without the Clone Wars, because I mean you can, but I think the Clone Wars series, and I haven't watched it really, I've just gone through and watched like the meaningful, videos on YouTube, but I was told they really have to watch the Clone Wars to understand Anakin's true turn to the dark side by the Revenge of the Sith. So thought that was done really well. Number 7 is The Last Jedi. I ended up really liking The Last Jedi after watching it for a third time. When I did my Star Wars watch through at the end of 2020, I just came away thinking The Last Jedi was kind of a not misunderstood film, but also like it wasn't that bad. Um, I understand why people don't like it. 8, Return of the Jedi. I think it's the most overrated Star Wars film, if I'm being entirely honest. I just don't really care for it that much. I know it was the last, and the end of Return of the Jedi kind of, it wraps it all up and everything. That's cool. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Return of the Jedi. And plus, you got to watch Return of the Jedi, the remastered, when they're showing the Force Ghost and you see Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker. Like, to me, that's the way to go. But yeah, that comes in at 8. Number 9 is The Force Awakens. I actually like it, and I probably like it more than The Return of the Jedi, but it came in at 9 for me just because The Return of the Jedi is like the ending of that trilogy, so I kind of gave it a little extra. But I probably enjoyed The Force Awakens more. 10 is Attack of the Clones. Very an entertaining movie. It's just not the best, to be honest with you. The dialogue it definitely suffers. And 11 is The Phantom Menace. It's the worst one. It's the only one I can't watch because the CGI is ridiculous and there's just an obnoxious amount of Jar Jar Binks. So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, there's so much Jar Jar Binks in that. And I think they ruined the movie. Plus, Darth Maul is such a badass, and they just didn't. I don't think they really did him any justice. Like, Rebels and the Clone Wars did him justice, but that did him no justice. The Phantom Menace did not do anything for him. So that's my thoughts on that. But great question. Would OBJ stunt Van Jefferson's growth? That's an argument to be had. I don't think so. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I think more so Tutu Atwell. Sorry for your loss, Jake. Thank you, Isaac. Appreciate you. Was looking for Jake Hummel highlights after you mentioned him last night. How does he look? Is he just another great RAS score? No, I really like him. I think he's a better tackler than what you would normally get out of a UDFA linebacker. Can help you in coverage. I might do a video on him down the road, so we'll see about that. Let's see. Yep, let me like the video. I forgot. Appreciate you liking the video. Tragic news, R.I.P. Ferg. Yeah, absolutely, Nolan. Appreciate that. Jake, I love your content, but I couldn't disagree with your take on Westbrook more. He can't shoot, play defense, finish layups. He turns the ball over a ton. I hope that they trade him. Yeah, I just think that, people are looking at last year. Last year wasn't great, but I also think there were moments last year, especially at the end of last year. The only reason they were still in contention was because Westbrook was playing every night. And I think people are too quick to kind of write him off. I mean, it was one bad year. And I understand it's LA and this is that and whatever, but it's like, I mean, Anthony Davis is never healthy. And one thing that you can say is at least Russell Westbrook was out there, working his tail off, trying to play until the final whistle, play until the end. Maybe he's not a fit with LeBron. I don't see why they can't try it, again, and then maybe at the All-Star break trade him. If it doesn't work, but I definitely don't agree with just getting rid of him. I think he's very talented. Obviously, he's very talented. The Lakers wouldn't have gone after him. And also, I'm kind of tired of the idea where LeBron never wanted him. He was forced on him. LeBron and AD got together and said they wanted this guy. They chose to go after him. So, I don't know. He's kind of gotten an unfair thing there, but that's just my opinion. Nolan, why is Trevor Lawrence ranked over Zach Wilson? All the predictions for next season. Just start paying attention to the Jets, and Wilson looks better off. Everything I've seen. I literally don't know. I do not get that either. Like, why? Can someone explain that to me? Why is Trevor Lawrence ranked ahead of Zach Wilson? Why? And why, like, by a lot, too. Some people are, like, ranking him way ahead of Zach Wilson. I mean, my thing with Trevor Lawrence, and this has always been my thing, is his first year at Clemson, he was, like, dynamic, right? He was fantastic. And he looked like the next, like, Peyton Manning type prospect. But honestly, Trevor Lawrence's play kind of faltered. And I noticed in games against like the Citadel, games that where he wasn't playing against top-notch competition, was when I didn't see the best out of him. Look, he's got Marvin Jones, I get it. They got Zay Jones, all right. They got Laquan Treadwell. Laviska Shenault is apparently busted. I don't know. They're not going to use him apparently. They go out, they get Marvin Hall. I like that pickup. They have Jamal Agnew. But then they have Christian Kirk, who they paid all that money to. Aside from that, they paid Evan Ingram money. They went out and got Dan Arnold last year. I don't love these weapons. I like Travis Etienne now that he's healthy and James Robinson, but I'm not in love with these weapons. Whereas, you look at, Zach Wilson, and he's got Garrett Wilson. He's got Corey Davis. He's got Elijah Moore. He's got Braxton Berrios. He's got Tyler Conklin. He's got CJ Uzama. They go out and they get Jeremy Ruckert. They have, right off the rip, you talk about Michael Carter last year and what he did, not only as a receiver, but also as a running back. And now they go out and get Breece Hall, a guy that has already withstood a ton of carries, a ton of touches, 800 to be exact at Iowa State. I don't get it. He's got plenty of weapons. He's way better off than Trevor Lawrence. And the offensive line, I mean, if it's better, it's not much better. And to be honest with you, I might take the Jets' offensive line. Because the Jets' offensive line, you start out George Fant. On paper, you're like, all right, Cam Robinson, he's better than George Fant. But when I went back and I watched the tape, folks, because I thought George Fant was bad because I was thinking of Seattle, programmed my brain to Seattle George Fant. Okay. Being somebody that's covered the Rams since 2016, has watched the Rams as a fan for years, since I can remember. I mean, 4 years old, earlier than that, I don't know. Like, when the Rams played Seattle since George Fant has been in the league, I'm used to him getting bodied. So I, was a little surprised when I turned on the film and I'm like, George? That's George Fant at tackle for the Jets? Wow. Oh, he gave up 1 sack the whole year? He was great. I'd take him over Cam Robinson. Okay, we move on. Ben Barch at left guard. I'll take Lincoln Tomlinson, a former Pro Bowler. So that's 2 checks for the Jets. How about center? Tyler Shatley or Luke Fortner? I'll take Connor McGovern, who's a top 15 center, maybe top 10 center. Was, I think, top 4 last year in run blocking. He's got to get better in pass pro, but he's top 4 in run blocking last year. Oh, right guard, Brandon Scherf, right? That's great. So I'll give you Scherf, but Elijah Vera Tucker is no slouch. And, I mean, Brandon Scherf is really good, but you also paid a premium for him, whereas Elijah Vera Tucker was a first-round pick. And then right tackle Jawan Taylor, who I really do like, I'm going to take Mekhi Becton. So you see what I'm saying? The Jets have a better offensive line. The running backs are kind of similar. You have your Travis Etienne, kind of combine him with a Michael Carter. You could lean Travis Etienne, but Michael Carter's actually proven something already in the NFL. James Robinson is better than Breece Hall, but Breece Hall has a ceiling where he could be better than James Robinson. You look at the receivers. Is Zay Jones better than any of the receivers the Jets have? Not really. I mean, maybe Braxton Berrios, but come on. Then you look at Marvin Jones. Is Marvin Jones better than any of the wide receivers? Maybe Berrios. I would probably say Berrios and maybe Corey Davis. That's about it. Christian Kirk, they paid him $20 million. Is he better than any of the receivers? Maybe Corey Davis. That's about it. I would take Garrett Wilson and I would take Elijah Moore over just about anybody. So the offensive line, the wide receivers, Evan Ingram, I think, is overrated, so I'm not really high on him. Dan Arnold, I kind of like, but I'll take the Jets tight ends. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can give it to Evan Ingram, but my point is there's way too much around Zach Wilson for you to say that Trevor Lawrence is way ahead of him in your fantasy rankings, in your quarterback rankings, in your statistical outputs, anything projection, if you want to have any serious analysis, if you want to be taken seriously, you got to look at what's around them. You can't just say Zach Wilson's trash because he has a baby face. I see way too many people with that. They're literally looking at him and they're like, Zach Wilson's got a baby face and he plays for the Jets, so he's trash. Like, I've seen literally everything. I've seen people that think he's going to be good and they put in the work and they actually, care about what comes out of their mouth. And then I see people that are like, no, he's trash. He's got a baby face. He doesn't have any weapons. What do you mean he doesn't have any weapons? This is why I've been so high on what the Jets are doing, because the Jets have continued to go out and build around Zach Wilson. They have a plan. Mike LaFleur has a plan. When you look at the offensive line that I just mentioned, you look at the receivers that I just mentioned, the tight ends, the running backs, there is so much around him. On top of the fact they have a defense, we're not talking about the Jets enough. We're just not. But this is a quarterback debate. So the fact is, if you want to say Trevor Lawrence is more talented than Zach Wilson, fine, whatever, I'll give it to you. But this idea that he's astronomically better, I just never understood the Lawrence hype. I really just don't get it. I think Lawrence is really good. I think all of those quarterbacks were good. I think Fields, easily belonged in the top 5. I think Zach Wilson was the top 5 quarterback. I think Lawrence was, and as you guys know, I thought Trey Lance was. But dear God, it's like, Trevor Lawrence last year, just to remind you, because everyone's like, my favorite, and this is such weak analysis, and they don't even look at the end of last year, but they'll be like, well, Zach Wilson threw 9 touchdowns and he threw 11 interceptions. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns. He's trash. Trevor Lawrence, baby, Trevor Lawrence. Did you watch Trevor Lawrence? Are you just a Clemson homer? Dude had 12 touchdowns and 17 interceptions. Oh, well, he had a better passer rating. By 2. By 2. 2 points. His passer rating, he had a better passer rating by 2 points. Oh, well, he had more yards. He played more games. Oh, well, he had a better completion percentage. Zach Wilson was the most pressured quarterback in the NFL. This is what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. It's nuts. Zach Wilson's already been called a bust by people. But Trevor Lawrence, who had arguably a worse season with more help around him, better protection, better receivers, and experience, come on. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And so that is why Lawrence has the hype. But when you look at it, that's the thing, okay? Zach Wilson, I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. I think Trey Lance is the best quarterback out of this class. And I think Justin Fields is probably too. But the difference between all of these guys, they're relatively on the same wavelength. And I think Zach Wilson is going to have a very good career. And I think this year he's going to have a better season than Trevor Lawrence. So I don't get why he's rated ahead of him to answer your question. I hope that kind of answers your question. I tried to answer that to the best of my ability. I probably will be clipping that. but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So we move on. Empire Strikes Back is perfect. It's very good. I saw Rogue One 3 times. I've seen it way too many times. It didn't receive the proper love, so I had to give it love. Nolan, you know how it is. I would be okay if OBJ doesn't resign because of the roster depth, and hopefully Kendall Blanton can have a breakout year. I want OBJ back, but, we'll see. Let's see. Okay, anything else I'll accept. Jake, how did you know Jalen Ferguson? He came on my podcast, so I got to know him through the draft process, and then we met up at the Senior Bowl, and then we kept in touch over text. So, you might be the first person I heard that liked Rise of Skywalker. Might be, yeah, that's potential. Do you think they'll make a Marvel vs. DC film? We talked about that on MCU Edge, and I'll say I think it's going to happen someday. I do. Not back in the day, but I think, it might happen someday for sure. Solo, yeah, I really like Solo. A lot of people didn't like it. I haven't watched Rise of Skywalker yet. I don't know if you'll like it, but I did enjoy it. Yeah, the original, yeah, I agree with that. I do know that they definitely did that. Umbrella Academy is on my watch list. Stranger Things I couldn't get into. I've watched like five seasons, 5 episodes of it, and I just couldn't get into it. So yeah, I don't think so. Shout out Jar Jar for being completely useless. Yes, Duel of Fates is my favorite favorite fight scene in all of Star Wars, but I'm not a fan of Episode 1. Yeah, I hear you. For me, it's chronological order 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. Colts Nation here, dominate the NFC. My wife is Rams fan, so I wanted to give y'all a shout out. Appreciate you, Dawn. I was very very close to covering the Colts. It was between the Colts and Jets. Have tremendous amount of respect for the franchise. Chris Ballard is awesome. He's my favorite GM aside from Les Snead. So definitely really like the Colts, and I'm maybe the biggest Alec Pierce fan on the planet since I just gave up a first round pick in my next year's fantasy draft to get him this year. So there's that, but yeah, I think they drafted extremely well, and I think Matt Ryan is going to all of a sudden look really good, and people are going to be like, where'd this come from? And be like, well, this is what happens when you protect your quarterback, Atlanta. Anyway, Misa don't like the Jar Jar disrespect. The prequels are such an eyesore. Revenge of the Sith is the best one, though. It's very good. Revenge of the Sith is very good. I gotta say, I always wonder what George Lucas would have done overseeing the recent trilogy. Dialogue might not have been great. It's so true. Westbrook can win a ring and people would still be asking him to be traded. It's just the way it is. Because Trevor Lawrence looks like sunshine from Remember the Titans. That's it. There's a book that talks about the script that George wrote for the sequels after ROTJ, but Disney canned it for Bantha. We ended up getting it. Yeah, I heard about that. So, like Leia was supposed to be like the one to in the final trilogy, like she was supposed to do it all, and I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think Leia was supposed to be the main person, and yeah, it got canned. I actually liked that. I read something about that. Urban Meyer, man, they gave Trevor a mulligan for dealing with that BS. Zach Wilson didn't. Yeah, it's true, but Zach Wilson also dealt with the BS of being pressured nonstop every single play. Had the most pressures of any quarterback, and then because of that, he didn't have time to throw. That whole thing. Jake, I know you like horror. Watch America Got Talent. Watch A Gentleman and What Does with Knives. America's Got Talent? That's a horror? Like, I thought that was just a game show. Urban Meyer was calling Madden 18 plays and getting wasted. What's up, Jake? What's the status of Tyler Higbee? I don't know. I think I'd assume he's okay. He'll be ready to go by the beginning of the season, I would assume. But I haven't heard anything, unfortunately. Jaguars literally built the "we never live up to our true potential, but hopefully a change of scenery will do us good" team. LOL. Yep. Lawrence has more hype. Yes. Nah, Urban Meyer was using Madden 98 playbook. Still fire, by the way, Nolan. You can still beat people with Madden 98 playbooks. Always be a loyal fan of the LA Rams. Horns up. On God. Do you think we should make a move on Bradley Pinion now that he's available? I don't know if he's that much better than Riley Dixon. I wouldn't be opposed to it if he is better than Riley Dixon, but I don't really know punters like I used to. Like, I'll be honest, I stopped caring when they got Johnny Hecker because I was like, well, they have Johnny Hecker. I don't have to worry about any other punters, So, yeah, that's true. Zach led the league in receivers being tackled within 5 yards of the end zone about 5 to 6 times, and then they got a rushing touchdown. Literally this. Exactly, Sergeant Mike. Exactly. You try to tell them and they don't listen, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's the same thing like when people are like, well, Matthew Stafford only threw 41 touchdowns. He didn't throw 50 like you said he would. How many times did the Rams take him out of games where they were leading by more than 2 touchdowns? How many times did he could have thrown a touchdown, but they ran the ball? It's like, I don't know. You can do it all day. It's that type deal. But To be fair, they didn't do any favors to Lawrence by cutting Tim Tebow. Dude was on tap to drop them knees on the. Think Gronk will stay retired? Probably not. I think he'll probably come back. Yeah, unless Brady needs backup for whatever reason. By the way, were you guys critical of McVay conservative play calls in second half that allowed Tampa to come back, but then got aggressive after it was tied? I was very critical of that, actually, Sergeant Mike. I did not get it. I did not like the idea of playing not to lose. You were up by 3-4 touchdowns or whatever. Just keep your foot on their throat. They have Tom Brady, who notoriously comes back from crazy deficits all the time. I just don't know why you would let up the gas on that. I never understood that. Seriously though, Urban Meyer got really hired to a head coach. I know I can get a head coach gig now. Yeah, Nolan. Apparently, you can mess around with some girl when you're married at a bar, and that's all it really takes, I guess, with Urban Meyer. Lightning are fighting hard. Yeah, I wasn't. I heard about that. I wasn't watching it. I know Yankees are playing the Rays right now. It's 5-4 in the ninth, so hopefully they can hang on. NHL. Oh, it's 2-2 Colorado and Tampa. Colorado can go up 3-1 in the series if they win this. Tampa can even it, so that's something. It really was, dude. I was not ready for that. That was kind of disgusting. And I felt really bad for his wife. I mean, that's just messed up. Okay, I will say that. I think Trevor Lawrence is in good shape because of Doug Peterson. I just think that like people need to start giving Zach Wilson his credit. What I was told, I mean, it sounds to me like they've already kind of decided it's going to be Riley Dixon, sorry, not Nixon. If the Rams were seriously going to replace Riley Dixon, they probably would have taken a punter in the draft. I'm just being honest. I think that, they probably would have taken a punter in the draft. They might. It depends on how it works. If they feel like they need to go out and get, a Brian Burns or somebody, yeah, I don't know how they can afford it, but I mean, I'll tell you this right now. If Matthew Stafford went down, I think the Rams would be very much interested in going out and trying to salvage their season by getting Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo, somebody like that. I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out. I think she's doing well. Like we text. I haven't like seen her obviously because we're far away, but I think she's doing well. Yeah. Yeah, so George's sequels would have been Darth Maul take over as the main baddie, and he had an apprentice named Darth Talon, while Luke was rebuilding the Jedi Order. Leia rebuilt the Republic. Yep, I did read that. I like that idea. Dicker the kicker. Doug Peterson will be passing about 75% of the calls. That will help Trevor stat. That's true. Will a back-to-back Super Bowl win cement McVay as the top 5 head coach all time, in your opinion? Yes. Big time. 100%. I would absolutely no doubt. I already kind of feel like we're trending in that direction. I mean, I don't know. It's hard not to give that to him, At least in my mind, but yeah, right? Hey, I mean that could be the next guy. That could be the Rams' next quarterback. What's up? Riding with the Rams? How's it going? I'm gonna take a sip of water. Appreciate everyone still in here. I know we've had kind of a, you could tell it's the off season. We're not getting a ton of people like we normally get in the live stream. I also probably should get back in the algorithm. That's also a main thing of mine. Trying to get back in the good graces of YouTube, right? Jeez, dude. Aaron Judge hit 27 home runs so far. Because he hit 2 today. He's now on pace for... He's on pace to break Roger Maris's Yankees home run record in a season, which is crazy. What's up, my guy? Are you eating that pizza? Jake and I got a Detroit-style pizza today. Shout out Whitman's in Saratoga. It's fire. Wasn't Queen of the Empire is the last of the Star Wars saga. It was supposed to be. I think. Long off season, yeah. It really is. Was the buffalo good? Did you like the buffalo? I thought it was pretty solid. Like I said, I prefer the Korean barbecue, but I did like the buffalo. I always catch the replay. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, Darian Kendrick vid. Probably. I still got to make my Quentin Lake video, so got a lot of stuff on the table. You know, working on just finding the routine, you know. Because I want to make sure to get all sorts of content to you guys. So I'm just trying to find out the best way to do that. And the only way to find out is you just post and... You don't post and pray. That's not what I was going to say. But you experiment, you know. You got to have a position. You have to have an understanding of what you're doing, you know, kind of like a game plan. But, yeah, I mean, that's my thought on that. For those of you who are just joining, we talked about the Star Wars series, the entire Star Wars series. I ranked my favorite from, you know, best to worst. Talked about the Rams, talked about the Jets. I think a clip-worthy rant, you know, Demon Jake rant about why Zach Wilson is being slept on. I think Jacoby Durant is going to have a great season. I think he's going to start at nickel. I really do. We'll see. Maybe I've been around before, but I'm just saying, if he starts at nickel, don't be shocked. Do not be shocked. Today, Unsolved Mysteries, what happened to Jake's hat that was resting on Michael's head? Yeah, I still have no idea where that went. I don't know who moved it. I'm hoping he didn't reanimate himself just to move the hat. I got bigger problems if that's the case, but I have to sneak it in like a junkie. My girl can't stand me watching football 24/7, especially during the off season. Riding with the Rams, you could just say that you're watching a blogger or something, you know, people in blogs or whatever on YouTube, because like, just here's the key, you know, when your girl is like, don't watch football 24/7, you just show her the video when I start watching, like when I start talking about other things, like when I'm talking about Star Wars or, you know, Batman or something like that, you know, horror movies. You know, it's a distractor. There you go. Now you're not listening to football 24/7. Should work like a charm. Jacoby been in a lot of Rams promotional material too. Yeah, they're gearing it up. They're like, all right, number 14, this is how many jerseys you're gonna have to sell. You better live up to the expectation. No, I'm kidding, but no, I think they're really gearing up for a good year for him. I think they're gonna utilize him the right way, and I'm excited for him. You know, I think it's a big deal, man. Big deal. I think he really fits what they're looking for. Oh, dear God. And we've come full circle here, folks. The Ultraman content has now been unleashed here on the audience. Yeah, right. Fun fact, Nolan and I co-hosted the latest MCU Edge podcast over on Call-In on Monday, and it was a freaking banger. It's pretty much what you expect him and I to be collabing on. I mean, dude, like, Nolan and I were just cracking up the whole time. Just making each other laugh. But, I mean, we also did cover the MCU. We covered the DC, DC versus MCU stuff. So, there we go. One of my best friends right there, Nolan. See? Like, game recognizes game. See? Like, people see it. I remember someone commented, and they're like, why does this man have a jug that he's drinking water out of? And, I mean, I'm just like, why do you not? Like, bro, I'm thirsty. Why are you hating? It's like, I mean, come on now. You can only talk for so long before your voice wants to literally screw you over. I mean, it's true. I'm not making this up. Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, right? Like, these haters out here, like, having an issue with what I drink water out of. Facts. No one's goated. Oh my god, Alex, did you change your icon to one of the monsters from Ultraman? I can't tell. The newest Spider-Man is the best superhero movie so far. Facts. Facts. What are 5 teams that missed the playoffs that might make it this year? Good question. Vikings, number 1. I was gonna say Miami. Now I don't really care for them. Let's do this. Vikings 1, Broncos 2, Chargers 3. We'll go Eagles 4. No, the Eagles made it. Okay. 2 more. We got 2 more here. I don't think the Saints made it. No, they didn't. So the Saints and I'm going to say the Ravens. Now, the Jets would be an honorable mention, not just to please people. I also think the Colts would too. But I think the Jets could surprise some people. I'm going to say that. But I'm going to go with the Ravens here in the 5 spot. See? I pay attention. I had the Saints as well. That's definitely an Ultraman villain. Do you think that Bryce Perkins or John Wolford will get some playing time when Stafford gets a breather? Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know what their thoughts are on them. I don't think if Stafford went down, they might try it, but I could definitely see them trying to trade for somebody. Man, another unfollower. Unsubscriber, sorry. We got hit with 4 of them today. Rough day, man. They must not liked my Drake video. Is what it is. Can't please everyone. My beef with Miami, here's my thing with Miami. All right. I think that they got a pretty solid roster. I just have concerns with Tua. Like, I don't know if Tua is going to be enough for them to get to the playoffs. So, that's what I'll say about that. 80 is the best, so who's the second best pass rusher in the NFL to you? Second best pass rusher is probably TJ Watt, I would say, who won Defense Player of the Year. I'd probably have TJ Watt as the second best behind Aaron Donald. I think that's fair. Yeah, the Vikings. 1 month until training camp. Detroit takes their division, set it first. We'll see. What was the last legit 50 home run guy? Was it Aaron Judge? I know Judge hit like 52. Awesome. Clay Holmes just shut the door. Yankees win their 51st game. They've played 69 games this season, and they've won 51 of them. They also improved to 22-11 on the road, which is crazy. So, what a win for the Yankees, man. Jeez. Oh, man. Let's see. I had somebody ask me a question while I was... All right. I'm not drinking the Tua Kool-Aid yet. Yeah, I hear you there. Tua ain't it. As someone who covers the Jets, it's his job to hate on Miami now. There you go. TJ for Edge, probably Simmons for DT. Yeah, Simmons is really good. I wasn't sure where you were going with that response. Don't sleep on my boy DC. Note that he got Tay over there in Vegas. Oh, I'm not. The start of this, I said the Raiders were going to they were gonna win the division. So Mr. 5000, Bernie Mac. Avs Bolts going to OT. How many Super Bowl champions? How many Super Bowl champions won the Lombardi Trophy on their own turf? I believe it was just the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and Tampa. Tua is going to throw a 6-yard hitch, and Tyreek is going to go for a house call for 58 yards. LOL. I'm a Fresno guy. Well, there you go. But I don't know, man. I think Derek Carr and Devontae Adams are going to be huge, so... The Defensive Player of the Year award will soon be called the AD award, the Aaron Donald award. That would be interesting. You ever see the vid of comedian Bert Kreischer drinks 2 64-ounce jugs of Kool-Aid a day? Makes me laugh every time. I mean, it sounds funny. I'm not going to lie. It does sound pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We will definitely find out. There you go. Fingers crossed. All right, folks. Well, I think we're getting to our natural stop here. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. A little shorter tonight, mainly because I got a lot of work to do here, prepping for videos that are coming out. We're doing some batching tonight, so we'll be recording a bunch of videos at once, and we'll be spreading them out over the course of a few days. I think tomorrow, let's look at the calendar. Don't know if I've done it yet, but yeah, tomorrow we're going live. We're doing JE live tomorrow at same time, 9:30 Eastern time. I think we could push it to 9. You could do 9. Yeah. So let's try 9 Eastern time tomorrow and see how that goes. But yeah, we got going for a 4-peat. So 4-peat here. Trooper for sure. Need to get some rest and restock that ice. I do actually. I do need to restock the ice. YouTube did pay me today because it is the 22nd. That is payday. So, you know, that's a good thing. Now I can afford to restock my fridge. But no, I appreciate you guys. I was considering going live and gaming a little bit, but I think it's smarter for me to just focus on planning out these videos, and you know, you'll thank me later. But yeah, we got just a preview here as I hit my microphone for the first time. It's right here, but first time I hit it. Preview. We got Cam Akers predictions. So season prediction videos, season projection. I like to call them projections. Season projections for Cam Akers. Season projections for Breece Hall. Season projections for Darrell Henderson. Season projections for Michael Carter. Season projections for Kyron Williams. And then we'll get into the wide receivers. We'll also have some micro content that I'm going to clip up. And that's going to be that. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm sorry for those of you who are new, like joining now. We are wrapping it up, but it's been fun. We've been live for, you know, about an hour and 20. So again, shorter time than yesterday. Obviously, we did, I think, what was it, 3 hours yesterday. But it's fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll have some content out. Feel free to check out the highlight reel that I put together, YouTube Shorts on Bobby Wagner. And you could also check out my YouTube Shorts that got 4 people to unfollow today about Drake, why I don't like Drake. That's going to do it for me. You guys take care, and I'll see you real soon. Later, folks.